then
Absolutely,
if you're
absolutely. I
not,
mean,
what do they say? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
could be.
Oh man.
So,
So
oh well, that was basically what I wanted to show. Let me just go back to the to my charts very quickly. Let me start sharing because I also want to see your trade. I wasn't aware. It was today in the morning, right? Let me go to Bitcoin
oh
here.
yeah.
This was, and let me bring things up here. I'm waiting for a little bit of a lower low. Yesterday, I was looking at this area. Let me bring it up right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Am I in the correct one? No, this is the one. Here we go. And I have a potential long. Here we go. This is it. And this is my entry point. Am I just waiting to get in here? Yes. But my entry point, it is flip of the ribbon. I was expecting to have first a little bit more movement to the downside. In fact, I think that we could be having just a little bit more movement to the downside, but this is just developed enough that this is not going to be a goose head. I think this is going to be a flip of the ribbon like this one. So I'll be waiting maybe for another retracement of the lows. Here we go, and I will be taking my first 4 hour long trade right there. So my entry point that I've been looking at since yesterday, it is let's just double click it. Uh, entry price 67,070 bucks. So that's what I'm looking for today. But let me warn you that this could be going for maybe to create a lower high. Remember that yesterday I also draw this trend line. In this trend line, remember I yesterday I explained how my rooftop analysis works, right? So this trend line, since I don't
Mm-hmm.
have my next high, I don't know if it's gonna be a higher high. I don't know if it's gonna be a lower high, but so far, and that is just because we failed to reach this other trend line. That's my vertex point to start looking to have a lower high. Like for example, in this case, it previously was like this. I was looking to have that this one, so this one could be this one, and then what happened to start drawing a trend line. What happens next? I'm looking to have a meaningful low, right? Did we broke that low? Not really. That's exactly what I'm looking at this area right here. Are we breaking that low? Not just yet. Do I have already flip of the ribbon? Seems like it. So I'm going to be looking for that opportunity, maybe even this one, to start jumping to a long and then reaching back up. So far, it's still within game because technically, I mean, if we are technicals about it, and we take a look at the weeks, we did made a lower low, technically, but that's like what $5 of difference. I would say that that's not much to actually consider a breakup, right? Or at least a lower low. So this is an equal low. And what makes me, or what is bugging me, previously I called this rooftop lines head and shoulders lines, but not always create head and shoulders. So I could be looking for a possible scenario where we create a shoulder here, creating a lower high, and this is going to be my short entry for maybe taking what this dynamic reactor, which I'm estimating, and you can see my alert here that was created yesterday at 66,225. So in the 4 hour perspective, I'm still just waiting for that confirmation. Well, confirmation is done. So I'm just waiting for my next opportunity to jump into the 4 hour trade. And my stop loss is not going to be there. It's going to be right somewhere around here. Why? Because I'm aiming to be below this low, but also above these other lows. So if this is my ranging area, where my wiggle room will be below that area. So something along those lines. So and my taking profit is going to be TP number one at the high order block in here, which I now have. So since I already have that order block, I can start estimating that this is going to be my trend line that could be defining my worst case scenario, which is a lower high, basically creating a head and shoulders pattern, and then pushing forward farther to the downside, going to yesterday's target 63, between 63,800 and 62,400. And that's because right there we have a big area of volume at that point. So Is it a swing low or a swing high? I still don't know. I'm planning. I'm in within that limbo, but so far we haven't created a lower low. Well, nothing that I would consider a lower low, but technically speaking, we did. So that's what I'm looking at, Alex. You did mention, and let me guess because I'm not gonna be going to the 15 minutes because you have already a trade. So just by looking at the price action, I will be saying that we have maybe an stiletto pattern or a swing failure pattern. Oh, I gotcha. You just smiled. And then a breakout to a trend line. So most likely we're looking for that. I mean, or my possible re-entry in the 15 minutes will be breakout retest on the trend line or a little bit above the trend line if I miss that trade that you called for a further continuation to the upside. So other than that, let me drop it. That was my prediction, and let me hang it over to you, my friend.
Awesome. Bitcoin's dumping a little bit. Okay. Let's take a look. So, so this is a long we took this morning. And it was actually quite funny. We're chilling, right? We're hanging out. So like this morning, there's quite a bit of things that, to go over right here. Right now we're waiting for our next significant low. So we'll see if we do get a low put in here. But this was the long taken this morning. So we'll go over the trade. We'll go over the idea. Just kind of fill you guys in. So a lot of trend lines coming in here. Nothing to really to take too seriously. So the idea this morning, let's go on the 15-minute to kind of illustrate what we were thinking. So we are currently long right now off of this low. So this morning, inverse head and shoulder, okay? We're like, no, we're not retail. Okay, we're not looking for this. Okay, that's not how I trade. Some people like to trade like that. Not me. So what happens this morning, a little bit of a shoe pattern here. Like OC said, you got your stiletto and then you got your rounded bottom here. However, the idea was in here. So when we were on our 3-minute time frame, I know degen, right? Degen. What we see here is a fake out. So what happened this morning? So this is the low that is intact right now. This is the low that we were looking to take, okay? This was what happened this morning. So when looking at this morning, we come up, VWAP is right in here. So VWAP's in here like this, okay? So what happened is we dumped down, okay? We retested VWAP and continuation. That was what happened this morning. Now, whenever you move through VWAP aggressively, you're looking for a continuation, okay? So if I go over to my chart prime scalp here, volume weighted average price. So there's your VWAP right there, the white line, okay? So you move through aggressively, you retest, you break down. Now, right here, this morning on the live stream, I was like, this is a bullish divergence. It was on the 1 minute. They're faking us out. And everybody was like, oh, go long here, right? No. What we identified on the 3-minute is because we know that higher time frames are more important. This is the key. So we know that a 15-minute bullish divergence is stronger than a 3-minute bullish divergence. Okay, so what do we have here? If we are, doesn't mean we're going to take this low here, and we didn't, but it does mean that we should take, because we're right here, right? We're right here. We haven't swept down like this. Okay, that candle's not here yet. So imagine none of this exists right now, right? So we're here looking for a continuation, right? But we understand that we blasted through VWAP, retested VWAP. We're looking for continuation to the downside to sweep this low and create bullish divergence, okay? Because you're going to get a lower low and a higher low. And that's what we're looking for. So what do? We set the trap. So we wait. We wait. Back to the 3-minute here. And what do we get? A beautiful sweep. Okay, so the sweep happens, and we don't try to catch the knife. I mean, I did say, everybody, 550. We almost got to 550, but we didn't. But we had the long trade set up here, but what we waited for was confirmation. Okay, so when we look here on a 1-minute, we took the long right here because we bounced, we swept, we bounced, we broke structure. Okay, this is the confirmation we are looking for. Okay, so we broke structure, we flagged out, we got long here because of the sweep of this low here. Okay, 15-minute bullish divergence at a very nice discounted zone, right? For continuation out. And what did we get? Continuation out, okay? And continuation up. Now, we have come back up to a key level of resistance, but that was the thought pattern, okay? So that's how we traded that this morning. And we have taken profit already at VWAP and at the highs up here. We're seeing if this continues, right? So the thing with scalping and taking trades like this is you need to identify where key levels are, what you're looking for on price action, and how to enter and exit a trade, right? And where you're going to protect your risk, right? So this long this morning was very simple because we got in here. We know we are protecting ourselves below this low here. We are targeting up to the highs here, okay, where we're going to take profit one at VWAP to guarantee some profits, right? So this trade was taken. The receipts are there. I can share it if you want. There's the receipt. Make our money and pay ourselves, right? So now we are 50% out of this trade because I do believe we can continue. We are 50% out of this trade here. Our stop loss is at entry, like this. Our stop loss is actually not at entry. Our stop loss is above, right at this low here. So the stop loss is really close actually to price right now. 60, 67, and $5. So we could get stopped out here, down here, right here, just below this low here. So we could get stopped out right now, but that's okay. We have paid ourselves. Okay, and we can look for another trade. That's fine. Okay, but that's how I've traded this morning. Looks like we're losing VWAP right now. A little bit of bearish divergence up top here, rolling over. So probably coming back to revisit the lows in here. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. If this held and continued, we were looking for a couple of things. So looking at this here, what do we have above us? So my thinking has been to revisit this low here. Okay, to revisit up here and to come for this order block right here. Okay, that was my idea. That's sort of my final target for the long down in here, coming back up. We have left liquidity behind, clearly, right? Oh, come on, bounce here. Let's go. We could bounce here. That's why like I said, I was showing you guys this the other day, right? But we use, stop loss here, momentum, right? So we're waiting for a significant low. Okay, I could put this at break even down back in here. Okay, so if this low comes in here and it's significant, then I can take the trend line, go from the low here, and come up through this low in here, and I don't have to close this long until we break it. Okay, and this will allow you to maximize profits. However, we've taken profits already up here, so it's still a very nice winning trade this morning, but looking for a continuation and a push here. We have some resistance. We have some VWAP here. This could be a breakout retest of this downtrend. We're going to get rid of that. But overall, very easy, very safe trade, easy money, right? So that's what, for me personally, that's what I want to participate in right now. I want to pay myself. And this is a nice 1% range. If we go from the low to the highs, this is a 2% range. So we've already made our 1.5% today, like big money already, right? So we just chilling. If this thing decides to rip, good. If it decides to knock me out, good. Good. This is how I like to trade, so that the move happened really quickly. You made your money, and now you get to relax a little bit, right? And look for the next one. So how do we look for the next one? So let's do it. Right. So let's get rid of all our squiggly lines, our spaghetti, or whatever you want to call it. Let's use some chart prime indicators. So right now we have a high order block up in here. So area of sell, okay, right here. This is our sell area. This is where we're looking for price to get to if we are going to retrace, right? So bearish trend, we understand bearish divergence all throughout here. Breaking down, not mitigating this low just yet. So quite interesting that we are holding here. Okay, doesn't mean we're going to hold here, but generally descending channels break to the upside, okay? Right? So generally we look for this to break up and then maybe come down into our sell wall, which is a golden pocket ratio, which is a order block, okay? Which is a premium zone for this range in here, okay? So there's many things pointing up here at 68. I would say it starts at 68.2 and goes all the way up to 68.8, okay? There's many things in this area that we could look for a potential push up before coming down. Doesn't mean we're going to get it. It's just an area of interest, right? So if price comes in here and it, does a divergence or exhaustion and breaks down reversal, I'm looking to sell. Very simple, right? We have this key level here. It's holding. So we're looking to buy this morning, right? It's been holding, showing strength at this level. Bulls don't want to give up 66,400, right? This is a key level that we have. We know liquidity resides here. There's a golden pocket here from this swing low to this swing high. This is a golden pocket in here. Okay, so this would be a continuation zone, possibly, as long as this, low, which I think OC mentioned, is still intact. Is this mitigated? To me, this is the worst part. So this is very debatable. Okay, this is very debatable. Because it's a wick. It's not a close. It's a wick. John Wick's grandmother's touched the mitigation, okay? So this to me it's not invalidated. Okay? This high is still valid. And why is that? It's because we haven't had a candle close below this area. That is my rule. You have your own rules. A wick is a wick. Wicks count, okay? Doesn't mean I don't pull my Fibonacci tool from the wicks. I do. Okay, I always pull from the highest point to the lowest point or the impulse move. Okay, I still measure to the wicks. However, for market structure, I like a candle close typically on a 15-minute time frame. Typically, we do not have a close below this low. Okay, there is no close on the 15-minute below here. Therefore, this low, in my opinion, is still intact. And that's just my rule. Okay? I find that to serve me best. So that's the way I use it. So now target. So if we are pushing. OC, let's go. We're still in the trade, baby. Let's go. Right? Yes. Which is cool, right? Which is cool. I mean, 50%, I still got like $50,000 on this trade. So, I mean, it's still a big portion. If we do push up to here, I can make quite a bit of money, right? So we'll see if we go up here. But strength, there's strength here. And this shows strength too. The wicks shows strength. It shows bulls are fighting back, right? Probably wanting to hold back, right? So we'll see if this continues to go up into here. Okay? But that's how we roll. Targets. Let's go through targets. Let's go through ideas here. So Am I talking too much? I can shut up if you want.
What? What for?
I said, am I talking too much? I can
No.
shut up if you want.
No, keep going.
Okay.
I just sit back and relax, my friend.
Keep going. He
Keep
gets to
going.
relax. He's probably playing Halo in the background. He's probably practicing.
Oh man, I don't even have my controller around. I need to set it up.
Oh man. So looking for this thing to come up in here. Okay. That would be my first stop. Look at this on a 4-hour. This is probably even more appealing. What is this telling you, OC?
Oh man,
What are these candles?
those are big wicks. Usually, I mean, if they're only below, usually we're
Indecision,
getting
right?
absorption zone. I would say yes, but yes, indecision.
Right? Indecision, right? Doji, Darth Maul, I guess they call them too. Darth Maul candle. Indecision. Very poor follow through, right? Like, yes, this can come in here, stall out, and then roll over. Of course, that's very possible. We do have zones below us that we are aware of, but they're fighting to hold this low. And this is another strong low in here. So if they're not able to even dump into here, are they going to be able to get down into here? Everybody right now, they're calling for 62. I would think 64. 64 is kind of my level. 62, eh. So they're thinking about this. I've seen a lot of 62 recently on Twitter. I don't like that low. If we come down on a macro to 62, we're coming down to 58. There's no reason why we wouldn't come to 58 if we come here. Because that would be past the golden. Yeah, that would be past our full Fibonacci level. Okay? Right past it. If we go from this low here, that makes more sense to me. So right now, to me, like OC is saying, this would be more ideal. If we're going to go super duper retail style, we can do this, right? Right? That would be our head and shoulders. That would be ideal if we're going to drop, right? And then whatever, measure move, high to low. Take that. We're here. Oh, look where we land. Right?
You're right. Golden pocket.
So if that plays out, great. But yeah, we should be looking for shorts here. Definitely. I agree. Like, to me, this is overextension. We're up at resistance. This is very heavy resistance. I would have really liked to see us take 70,000, but everybody was calling for 70,000. They won't give you what everybody wants. We come to realize that very early in trading is that when we're calling for 70 or 71, right, that would be mitigating these highs over here and coming and grabbing some liquidity within here. We don't typically get it, right? You get the fake out, the rounding, probably come back up and then dump on people's heads. That's probably what will happen. But all we have to do as traders is be prepared at these levels. So if price comes into this area, we take it, right? Giving the right signals. If price came into this area this morning, we took it given the right signals, right? So having an understanding of where we are on like a 4-hour, on a daily, right, allows us to position ourselves on a shorter term time frame for entries, right? Now we can let the rest of this trade ride and see where it gets us, right, and make it some extra money on it. But when we pay ourselves early, we take full advantage of the volatility. So my idea would be for this to continue. I would like to see this breakout, get everybody a little bit hopeful up into this area, and then absolutely crush them, taking the balcony down, as OC says.
You're missing one more thing, my friend.
The one direction to the ground. No. Oh man.
Oh,
Digital
sheesh.
Digital popped in to say hi because he's already made money from the live stream this morning. Right,
Oh,
Digital?
nice. Look, Ray,
Digital, I
King
think, took the
Ponyo, what's
long
up,
this morning
man?
with us.
Nice
Cluck, cluck,
digital.
motherfucker.
Oh,
Digital's
by the
rich
way,
already, man.
really love it, love it. I got some boys dancing in the background. By the way, my stream shed, my loop deck survived the water dropped. I did had to refresh some soldering there, so that was extreme for me. That's $250 saved right there. Oh my friend, that's why I'm using now a bottle of water instead of glass. But nice. What's up, Crypto Pollo? Let me know. What are your questions? I'm cooking food, says. Nice.
See, that's what happens when you come to the live stream. He gets to relax, cook some food, eat. He's already paid himself, made his money.
What's up, guys?
Uh oh, there's trouble. What's going on, brother?
So I've been playing big time. That's been my DGen. I always have to have like a little DGen altar I'm always messing with.
No
So
kidding.
yeah. So what I did is I pulled volume ranges and it's been pretty good. Here, let me share. Could I share the chart with you guys?
Absolutely, please do.
Uh oh. You got the chicken charts coming, man.
The old pull pattern. No.
The Pollo pattern. Bitcoin chicken, baby.
Do you guys see it?
That's loading.
It's still loading.
Oh, I can see it now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, it's weird because I can see it. You're zooming in and out like
Yeah,
horizontally,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me exit and do it again. Sometimes you have to do it twice. Give me a second.
Let's do it.
That's what she
All right, one
said.
more. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, one more time.
I see it now.
That was too easy.
You see it?
No,
Okay.
it
Well,
don't like it
OC,
don't
I'll just
like me,
go.
man.
I don't know why, but so
It doesn't
OC,
want my opinion, bro.
yeah. So OC, you'll notice I have three ranges pulled here, right?
Right.
Um, and this purple line is this previous range, this previous higher range, right? So we got in here, right? I fired off a long. The first one that I fired off, which was just to the POC, was at 10, right?
All right.
Got to the POC, I let it go. I saw that we deviated out of the range, went back, fired off a long, took profit again. Then I saw it consolidating, so then I launched another long, and once I saw that we got here, I TP'd and held off, and then moved my stop right, you know, right below, like above profit, but just in case we could hold, and I got wicked out. So I waited. Then I saw this guy right here playing out. Once I saw that little double bottom, I took the long. Now here's where I'm struggling. Right now, we've wicked one, two, three times into this previous range right here.
All right.
Right? And by the way, this bar magnified on Chart Prime is fire. Look at how perfect it bounced. That was my TP and hit that to the number. Now, here's what I'm trying to find out. What do you guys look for confluence to get that now you're in this new range to add to the position? Or should I wait till we get out of this range into the previous range to add to the position?
Alex,
So,
just so
because
you
I
have a
mean, my
point of
stop, look, like, this is my entry.
right.
This is my entry right here. So I got plenty of space, for stop loss protection.
Right. So just so you have reference, he's talking about the white arrow. Exactly.
Yeah,
He's pointing
that's
out
my entry.
at his entry, right at the yellow support, white arrow. That's his entry, and he's
Mhm.
looking to. Well, he just explained it, right? Either he confirms or adds to it, or he just calls it out, right? I would say at that point, move your stop line and just take some profits at that point and then let it run because you're basically
Yeah,
risking.
I took profit. I took profit. I took profit at the bar magnified. My stop, like, look how much space I got here, right? So I got plenty of space as far
I
as a stop is
see.
concerned. What I want to do is add to the position once I get confluence of this guy right over here.
I see. What I would do is just confirm a higher high because, and then at the bouncing zone, the confirmation of the next bouncing up, that's what I'll add to it. Because right now we could be forming a double top, we could be
Yeah,
forming a lower high, right? Because we're making a not a lower low, but that previous high in this new low, they're both within the same
and
line. That is usually a
yeah,
good
and if
signal unless it's a double top.
yeah, and no, see if you want to put up the chart because I know some people can't see it. So just so
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
Let me do
I'll,
that
I'll
very
exit
quick.
out.
Absolutely. Let me just right click, open link. All right, perfect. Let me share my screen very quickly and go back. Yep, this is it.
I was even gonna short off that to hedge the position off that volume pro that bar weighted, but I wasn't getting enough confluence to short it.
I see. So you're talking about, uh, give me one more second here. You're talking about this white thing. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So he went in right here. He already have moved his stop to entry. He's looking for this area of confluence on previous BPVR. So what I would do is just wait for this to jump into this liquidity area. So at that liquidity area, either you take your second take profits or wait for a higher high. So the next thing that you're looking for, and that will be for me to add, is to bounce out of the whatever this line is at. So I will be guessing 1904. And then maybe
Mhm.
as a late entry, once already have seen 2 or 3 candles up. And what I'm missing there, it is my oscillator because I don't know where momentum is heading to. Am I above or below the zero line? If I'm above the zero line, I will be heavily pushing up as I retrace. And at that support at, I don't know, 1904, that will be my next support area when retracing, if I'm above the zero line. But since I don't have oscillator, I'm just guessing based on price action. So based on price action, I want to see that confirmation of a higher low before jumping in. And the only way to confirm it based on price action will be change of character, sorry, BOS, so break of structure,
Yeah.
or a couple of candles after the bounce so I know I'm heading to the right direction, which I'm gonna be just jumping in at the previous high for continuation to somewhere around, I would be saying 0.02 cents. That's what I'll say. But I don't know, Alex. What are your thoughts? You can right click on the picture I sent
That's all
and
right.
then
Let
open
me
it.
let me go. I'll go. Let me go.
Let's
Let
go.
me share. Where's this chicken? So chicken man, you're long from here?
Yeah, there well, you'll see. I'm long from
14 cents?
the yeah 14 yeah 14089 yeah
All right. So chicken man's
and
long from here. He's a
and I
professional.
T and I TP'd at that was my first TP. Now
You,
I
you know you're
also
in a
have a
giant cup and handle too, right?
if I mean yeah it could you could call that a giant cup and handle. You know I'm not a pattern guy, man. I'm more of a structure fibs, you know, cipher type, you know. It's just but yeah, it is a I didn't even see that. Yes, you're right. It is a giant cup and handle. I just want to make this one a banger, and I think I got good. I just where I struggle is once I get in break into a new range is
Okay. So you're
making
you're
sure.
you're getting acceptance into here, right? So that's
Yeah.
where you're really trying to get into, right? Is
Mhm.
yes, you're coming up into, I would say 15 cents. So I've gone through and given you some support and resistance. So for me on anything like this, it's always about coming back and retesting to confirm the support and resistance flip, right? So you've identified this one right here. So let's make this one white so we can see it stands out. That's going to be your support and resistance flip. So when we go into here and we go into a short-term time frame, we want to wait for confirmation of that. So what we're looking for is if you are long here and you've taken some off, you're literally waiting for a price to come back to here. That's it. You keep it that simple. You have an order block in here, right? If you're long from in here and you're looking for your average price, let's say you've taken profit, your stop loss, whatever, but you can add to it here. That would be my idea if you're going to add. Like you said, you want to add, so that
I
would
want
be
to
my
add, but
idea.
with
So,
good stop loss protection. I will never
right?
add to anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you look at momentum here too, right? So that would line up too. Right now you're banging your head on some resistance. You got 2 levels of resistance that I found for you. That's right where we are right now. And then you obviously have the highs up above you here at 17.8. Okay. Or let's call it 18 cents.
Yeah.
But right now you're hitting your head on some resistance. Also right now, probably a fib level, right? Pretty bang on, right? So now you're toppy, you're retracing. So what are you looking for? You're looking for a continuation of this big move, but you might have a retracement and continuation first, right? So you just don't want to see this thing start to lose significant lows. Okay, so your first significant low is definitely right here, right at your 14.6. But you also know that this 15 cent right here is a support and resistance flip on a macro. So it's a much more important level. Okay, so holding this, if hold here and you see reversal signal here, right? That's where you add, in my opinion, right? Not until then. So you're literally waiting for this thing to go. If it goes, it goes, right? Then you have to readjust, right? But right now, this is very aggressive. I'd be looking for some sort of flag and continuation out, and that's how I would add. Or it could, come back and give back the gains, and that would be that. But first and foremost, you're looking for this. You're looking for rejection from here, double top rejection, then continuation, right? If you're long from here, you're protecting yourself below this low probably right now. So you're looking for a higher low for continuation into the higher price targets, right? So if you're looking to on like a more macro as well, right? Your height of your range, if you're just pulling volume, is at 21 cents. So that should be your target for this.
Yeah, that is the
right?
target.
And then
That is the target, yeah.
and then acceptance into 30 cents is a whole different story. That's more of a macro sort of breakout, right? So if you get up to 30 cents, okay. But I would be looking for 21.50. That would be my high. Just looking at volume like you've taken in here, right? There's your high. There's your volume node in there. You're coming up to your point of control. That would be another take profit. That also matches up with the highs right now. So that's going to be a big level of resistance for you to get through. Pushing up into 18 cents. That's going to be a doozy for you to get up into. So holding the low in here, 15 cents. That's where I would add if you're looking to add. But trying to push out of this kind of accumulation down below here, right? So you have your 1, 2, 3 accumulation. You have your higher high. You have your retest of the previous highs here, and you're looking for a breakout, right? Back into these highs up in here, right? So if you're going to break out, you're going to get a retest continuation at your previous support, and that's how I would treat it.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's basically what I'm going to be patient on. It's just like I got in on big time.
But you want to make it a banger, bro. That's why he has the cock emoji.
And that's
Rister.
So one of the problems that I have is I'll nail a trade and then I'll add at a bad point, and then I still made money on it. But if I just would have been patient and held on to it, like my original entry on big time was 7 cents at 20.
Well, there you go.
So, but then I got wicked out.
That's a lot of patience, man.
I added no, but the thing is I got wicked out because I added the first time. So this time I'm playing it, I'm
Mm-hmm.
making sure that I don't, because like I said, I don't turn winning trades into losing trades. So if I
Mm-hmm.
add, if I have a rule, if I add to a trade, my stop loss still has to be above my, wherever that entry is,
That makes
whether
sense.
if it's a short or whether if it's a short, yeah. Because I mean, like I
Like you
said, I
don't want to
learned the
give it
hard way.
back.
You don't turn winners into losers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's what I was just asking. I was seeing what you guys look for because that's kind of been one of the struggles is my what I call trade maintenance, right? You know, you can take a good position, but you can still mess it up. So
Mm-hmm. Maybe a suggestion is, what are you taking out initially? So for me, I used to take 50%
50 to
out like
75.
right away. Take out 25. Try doing that and stop trying to add.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Usually I'm out
That's something
50.
that I do now. I take out 25. Like even this morning, like if we're going over my morning trade, like this morning I took out 25 at VWAP. Nor I used to, like a couple months ago, I'm like, how can I make more money? I'm getting the entries, but I want to maximize my profits, right? So looking at this, like this morning, I'm
Did we lose Alex?
I think so.
50. Okay, instead
Uh,
of taking 50, I take 20.
Uh, we lost you for a second, Alex.
he went to play
Is
Halo.
it working?
Yeah, yeah, we got you. We see you.
It's probably the screen loading.
It-
Yeah, so instead of taking 50% out of my trade here, I take 25, and then I'll take 50. I took out 50% up here, maximizing my gains, right? Now I have 50%, or now I have like 30% left in this trade to run. And that's cool, right? Like, but like I've been starting to take out 25 initially rather than 50 because I feel like it's really stopped me from letting my winners run. And then it's like, okay, if I take profit here, maybe it's $200, $300. If it's another 50% I'm taking out. Whereas if I take 25% out, this is more like $400 or $500, right? So it's a lot more to let my winners run. Yes, there's a potential for this to come back on me, break out even. But to me, that's not the trade I'm hunting. I'm hunting this move. I want to get this 1% move. So taking a little bit uh, less at the beginning and more kind of in the middle of the trade has actually like increased my profits quite dramatically. That's another trick I've been using.
Nice.
I just try not to be a greedy chicken, man. Greed has got me. Greed has got me in trouble too many times.
Absolutely. That's like OC trying to beat me in Halo.
You wish, my friend. We'll have the rematch.
Oh, I don't know how
Uh,
you must use low leverage on those altcoins, man, because it's a it's a wild game out there. It's a wild west in those altcoins, man.
No, well, by low, the 20x. I mean, I don't take anything over 30, but for alts that, and by the way, it's because I have my eye. I have 3 alts that I'm always looking at, and if I
Hmm.
see a setup, I take it. And my risk management is always 1%. So if I get stopped, that's fine. I
Yeah.
can I can afford the way I play these alts is I can afford to lose 6 out of the 10 trades and still be profitable. So
There you
so
go.
so I'm always like I'm very cautious when I'm trading alts, and it's only a
Yeah.
couple of them. Like I don't jump around. It's just big time. I've had my eye on it because that thing went from $1 to 6 cents. So like I know that there'll be a
Hmm.
little liquidity rush in there, and I've been looking at all the gaming tokens as of lately because of that off the grid game, and I've been just seeing. I saw Axie Infinity start running. So I started seeing, like a lot of the old school gaming tokens start to move. So I was like, hey, you know what? I bet you Beam and Big Time are gonna give me some price action. And I don't
Hmm.
I don't trade Beam, but I trade a lot of Big Time. So
There you go.
And so, like I said,
We don't talk
I'm
about
not,
Gala in here, eh? Gala, we're not going to talk about Gala in here. It's not allowed,
dude, I
eh?
have a wallet with Gala that I haven't looked at in a long
I'm not
time. Put it
talking
like
about. We're not talking about Gala here.
that. Yeah.
Fucking Gala. Sorry. I
Hey, I
hate
feel like that.
Gala.
So by the way, that's how I feel about alluvium. Like I thought I was like, dude, I'm getting such great prices on alluvium at $60. And I just
Mhm.
been buying. I've been buying my way down, and I had to stop. Like I almost got stopped out on spot on alluvium because I had to stop at $29.
Holy shit.
Like and I'm still below my average. My average is like 48 now because I've just been buying down as much as I can.
That's frustrating.
It is.
I
Yeah.
tried to short Gala in the bear market when it pumped like a madman, and I got stopped out 4 times in one day.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why I hate it.
I have a
If we
two
go
stop. I have a two
rule,
stop. Yeah, if I get
I don't
stopped
think I
out, if I'm
had
in,
that rule back then. I have a rule like that too.
Digital, thank you for staying, my friend. See you out later.
I tried shorting this thing. Take care, digital.
hey, OC, do you trade alts? Alex, I know you barely trade alts, right? Maybe once in a blue moon.
Barely.
Yeah.
I do. I like to trade alts. I think it's a fun way to increase my capital because they have low caps. Usually, I look at this point on time. I'm looking for, like you mentioned, and that's funny enough, those classical tokens. So I've been stuck within those classical tokens because when people get bored, they usually go to what they know, right? And that's what I've been
Hmm.
seeing some success lately. So they respect a lot TA, and that's why I like it a lot. And I think because there's old wolf trading those, so we're looking at the same areas, we're looking at the same resistances, and it's just a breeze to trade them. I mean, not always, but they usually play it out very nicely, especially on the 4 hour and the 15 minutes. They both are my best areas for trading classical alts, to say something.
This
Yeah, I have a lot.
PopCat, man, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Popcat is what you got defeated by by Crypto Face on, right? Was it Popcat?
No, one cat, bro. One cat. Even more degenerate, bro. One he traded one cat to beat me, man. Nobody was beating me in that. I was the only trader who was profitable every single time, and he traded one cat. Look at this shit coin. What the
Uh,
fuck, bro? You know what he was doing? He was trading the spread. Okay, so the spread on CoinX, right? So the spread, if you got like long here at the lows, like if you marked out basic support and resistance, right? Like this, and you got long on the spread, okay? So the spread was so jumpy that you would get like a 5% move between the spread. So if you got long on the support down here, it would pop up to here, and then he would sell, and then it would pop down to here. Like it wasn't fluid, so it was just like bing bang bing bang. So he'd long here, he'd wait, he'd sell here, he'd wait, and like such a like I was positive that day. I was up like $150. I was like, I did pretty good, man. Like, and he was like, oh my God, what's going? He was selling it so hard. And I'm like, man, I might beat the king. I might beat the king, right? And then he's just like, I made $1,500, bro.
Shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was so pissed.
yeah,
Oh man. And then he sponsored me, so it's okay.
yeah. I I just unstaked 5 ETH. I'm gonna move them. I'm waiting for ETH to give me an inverse. I'm gonna do a 3x on 5 ETH or an inverse perpetual. I'm just waiting for a
Guys,
Let's
setup.
go.
I need to run. I have another meeting today. I'll let you guys
Oh,
to talk. But guys, thanks so much for joining. I will be signing out right now. So have a great rest of the class.
all right.
All right, OC, take care, bro.
Thank you, brother.
But yeah, Alex, this is gonna be my first inverse, man. I've never done it before.